Yesterday, Chief of Staff and Head of Public Service Felix Koskei was at a function where he made some very interesting remarks. Felix Koskei decries poor ethics and work culture in public service. If you go through that story, ethic and work culture in the public service has deteriorated to unacceptable levels. The Chief of Staff and Head of Public Service, Felix Koskei, has said adherence to working hours, dress code, official language, codes of conduct and norms and standards is extremely poor. He said on Tuesday when he officially opened the 27th Annual National Human Resource Management Conference at a Naivasha hotel. At the same time, Mr. Koskei said the public service is currently dealing with mental health challenges. I want us to dig deep into that, for I feel it really exposes the rot in Kenya Kwanza government. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribe, give this video a like. Let's proceed. Yes, Koskei is talking of very important issues here. Adherence to working hours, dress code, official language, codes of conduct and norms, and standards is extremely poor. He's talking of official language, dress code. And that's very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. I'm one person who strongly believes that unless William Ruto dismantles the entire executive, his government, he'll never get it right. The problem started the very first time William Ruto appointed his cabinet. And then instead of rectifying the problem in the subsequent appointments, Ruto made it worse. If you look at the cabinet composition in Kenya Kwanza, it's basically a two-tribe affair. The Kalenjins and the Mountain. In fact, if you go to some of these offices, you'll find people from top to bottom, one tribe, speaking the Kalenjin language. And that's what this Felix Koskei is complaining about. They can't just adhere to the official language. I don't know whether to call Felix Koskei a hypocrite. I don't have a better word actually to call him, because he's also a product of that ethnicized appointment. I don't think Felix Koskei was even worth holding a public office, now that he had been implicated in some corrupt scandals in Uhuru Kenyatta's government, and that led to his sacking. In the first place, I don't think Koskei was fit holding that public office. But the statements he's making are actually very true. If you visit any of these offices, you'll find people there talking Kalenjins. The blame lies squarely with the structure of the government, William Samoei Ruto. He's the person who did appoint the so-called individuals. Ruto himself is on record blasting some of these government officials that they don't know anything in their ministries. Ruto knows more than them. When Ruto was making these appointments, Kenyans raised some objections which were not taken seriously. Ruto had made a decision and he just bulldozed parliament into passing the names. So you are seeing his head of public service complaining. Ruto is also, or rather has also been complaining. I consider this as hypocrisy. Ruto is the person who gave these individuals jobs. He has no need to complain again because he liked the kind of ethnic appointments. I've also been talking about integrity of individuals to be appointed in government. It's true, Ruto appointed corrupt individuals, people who had been implicated in corruption, rape, some murder, and some have even been featured, or rather, some videos have been circulating of some doing some sexual activities. The moment you appoint such people in your cabinet, then the code of dressings, rather the dressing code, things like that cannot be actually adhered to, because if anything, morally they are not people of moral standards. Somebody who features in some sex tape, in my honest opinion, is not somebody who will actually live to the dictates of the constitution. Yes. And from the sentiments again by Koskei, Koskei is just confirming beyond any reasonable doubt that this is a criminal government, a government full of criminals, people who are not fit holding these public offices. And that brings us back to the issue of integrity. Is Ruto and his team fit holding public offices? The answer is a very big no, starting with William Ruto himself. And this is something I keep on repeating in this forum, because that's where the problem is. Starting with William Ruto himself, to the downer, or rather to the leaders in the lower cadre. I don't think there is any single one worth holding a public office. In my honest opinion, they are all tainted. And it's very unfortunate that those are the people who are actually running our government. Very unfortunate, ladies and gentlemen. So as I conclude, I believe strongly that for William Ruto to at least get it right, because I know he cannot resign, even though he should be man enough to resign, which I know is almost impossible, let him reorganize the entire government. Let him sack, or let him dismantle his entire cabinet and government, and let him appoint men and women of integrity. Let him appoint men and women of integrity. Maybe that can at least help a bit, but the government as currently constituted, I don't think Ruto will get it right. It will just be one blunder to another blunder. And Koskei is just revealing that, ladies and gentlemen. Let me stop it there. But in case you are watching us, but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. And to our fans and subscribers here, I'm very much humbled, very grateful for the kind of support you are giving me here. Any other person who may want to support us, contact me through that number below. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you.